You can't say you love Jesus, whom you never seen, and can't love your brother, who you're with every day. And then love makes us look beyond folk faults and remember that God loved us unconditionally. Y'all ain't praying with me. I don't know what's wrong with you, because see, all have sinned, fallen short of the glory of God. All of us need forgiveness. So then it says here, that's why he says, choose you. Every one of us got to take up our own cross. Deny yourself. Take up your cross and follow me. Am I right about it? So it says that this boy went to his daddy and said, you know what? I'm sort of getting restless. I'm getting tired of all this stuff. How many of you know that your children will get tired of your rules? That's why it's good to get yourself prepared where you can get your own place. Grown folk ought to be in their own house. Then you can do what you want to. You can do when you want to, how you want to. Because when you're in my house, Joshua said, as far as me and we're going to do what? There ought to be some boundaries. Am I right about it? Young boy go to his daddy, Paulie, and he says to him, I want you to give me my portion. Well, first of all, let's understand that during this time, he had no portion. He could have asked daddy for a little something, but don't be talking about your portion, because you ain't got no portion. Huh? Whatever daddy had belonged to him. How many of you know you don't only get your inheritance until the person dies? Dad is still alive. You don't have a portion, and even during this time, if daddy had died, it would have went to the oldest son. Teach Hopkins. But daddy, Jason, remember now, we said that this parable is an earthly story, but with a heavenly meaning. How many times you gone to God and asked for grace and know you didn't deserve it? How many times have you gone and asked for mercy and know you guilty? Ain't nobody helping me here. Huh? How many times you had the money to pay your bill, but you squandered it? How many times have you had what you needed to cover the things that you needed to cover, but you made the decision to do something else, and then you come to the church and want the church to make up, and then if the church says no, or even if the church asks questions, you mad with the church. You don't come back for 2 or 3 months. Don't get quiet on me now. I'll make you feel good later on, but right now, I got to give you a little castor oil. Don't taste good, but it'll make you feel good. When it work on the inside, when it clean you up. Whew. Daddy, being the kind of daddy that he is, and knowing, see, as a parent, you got to be hooked up. You got to be praying. You got to trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding. But in all thy way, see, our problem is most of us in the church got too much sense. We know too much. And because of that, we go to leaning on our own. I'm going to preach in a minute. We stop relying on the Lord and we start doing our own thing. Oh, y'all ain't helping me here. I'm going to preach it, though. You might as well get on board. Too many times we get bigoted. Ego get in the way. Pride pops up. Too big to humble ourselves before the Lord. And let me tell you something. Be careful when you got a few nickels in the bank. You start acting a little different. Got your nose up in the air. One songwriter say, Lord, if I'm too high, and we ain't talking about smoking no doobies either. Lord, if I'm too high, please bring me down. Just because you can go to the bank and talk to somebody and get what you need, just because you can make a deposit in the bank, don't get beside yourself. The Lord knows how to bring you down. Oh, will y'all help me close this thing? The Lord knows how to bring you down. So then it gives us a description of the decision that the young boy made. Daddy gave in and gave him what he asked. The son made a decision that I'm going to leave home and I'm going to live like I want to. He took his journey, went into the world, into a far country. And there's a word in this 13th verse that says he wasted. Whatever he had, he wasted it. He wasted opportunities to stop what he was doing. He wasted opportunities to give God some thanks for what he had. He wasted the opportunity to ask the Lord, help me, show me the way. I come to tell you that it does not matter how much money you make. It matters whether you know what to do with what you make. So he says, and I come to tell you that the Lord told Joseph back in Genesis, say, while you in a good season, you need to store up because a drought going to come. I stopped by to tell St. Mary, you may be up today, but you better be careful. Because if you don't know how to act, when the sun, I believe I'll go on and do it. When the sun is shining in your life, that you'll find yourself in the midst of darkness. And the darkness will be all around you. You'll have friends, and you'll still feel lonely. You'll have money, but money can't buy happiness. You'll have wealth, but wealth won't help you when your body give away to time. And because this young man was not ready, had not stored up anything, because he had not connected and stayed hooked up with the Lord, it says that a mighty famine came in the land. And I come to tell you that all of us can experience a famine in our land. A famine is when there is nothing growing in your life. Marriages go through a day of famine. Relationships can get caught up in a famine. Sibling relationships can get caught up in a famine. You got folk that slept in the same bed and sat at the same table, and because of a little dispute, they no longer speak to one another. Go to church every Sunday, but then can't speak to their brother or their sister. Holding grudges, y'all better help me here. Holding grudges from one year to another. And somebody ought to be big enough to say, I'm sorry, and to give up the right for the wrong, and be able to say, though you slay me, yet will I trust in the Lord. I wish I had somebody here that will help me get out of here. But I know what the problem is. We refuse to pray. But I hear him over in Chronicles saying, if my people who are called by my name. I wonder if there's anybody in St. Mary today that believe you've been called by his name. I don't know about you, but he called me early this morning and woke me up from my sleep. He called me and put running in my feet and clapping in my hand. When I say he called me, put joy in my heart. I'm just happy just to be alive. Sometime I'm up, sometime I'm down, but I still got joy. Sometimes my enemies are all around me, but I still got joy. I got, Ron, you better come on here. I got joy over my enemy. I got joy over my situation. I got joy over my circumstances. I got joy over my health. And though my friends may be all around me, but the same God that went with me down in the valley of the shadows of death, that same God, hallelujah, put food on my table, clothes on my back,